Working.
Tables are for working.
Yeah.
Beds are for banging. Enjoying your red wine?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So,
It's Aussie red wine.
we went to Pompa's Steakhouse.
Mm-hmm.
And, was it $50 all you can eat meats?
Yes. $49.99.
Ooh, good price point.
Mm-hmm.
And we got two. One for you, one for me, all you can eat. Which we
Yes.
could have just got one and shared, I guess. But
I think they frown upon that.
yeah, whatever. They probably frown upon some of the stuff we did. So they had their sirloin top cut. They had their garlic steak.
Yep.
They had their chicken drumsticks. They had their feta pork, parmesan?
Parmesan pork.
Parmesan pork. I didn't have any of that. What else was there?
Garlic sausage.
Garlic sausage.
Brazilian sausage, which I'm not really sure what the difference is between those.
Brazilian sausage just looked like it was a bit thicker in diameter.
Well, it was coiled up, so that kind of creeped me out.
Yeah, coiled up sausage. Yeah, it just looked like a flattened cinnamon bun. It looked like somebody sat on a cinnamon bun,
Yeah.
and it was all squished up. And then the two that I really remember that stood out to me were the bacon wrapped beef and the bacon wrapped chicken. But I know I'm missing more. What was that? Tri-tip or something?
Yep. They had well done tri-tip,
Yeah.
braised tri-tip, I think,
Yeah.
and ribeye
Ribeye. And
and lamb.
lamb. Yes, also lamb. The lamb was, the fat was like a bit tough on it. It was a bit tough. It was well seasoned, but it was just cooked too much.
I find the fat on lamb is a bit gamey.
When's the last time you had lamb? Other than like today.
When we went to that Greek restaurant, Yanni's, is that the name
Oh,
of it?
yeah.
On
We
Light
went
Up
there
this
for
summer?
some birthday thing.
It was just the two of us.
It was? Oh, yeah.
Your sister had her birthday there years ago.
Yeah, I remember that. That was horrible. That was not a fun place to have a birthday.
I was not a part of that.
Yeah. You weren't invited.
No. That's because I didn't know you.
Yeah, because it was a horrible place to be. But so we did something that I don't know if you've ever done before, but we showed up. We brought a Ziploc bag and we put it in your purse.
Yes.
And then I took a whole bunch of extra meats and stuffed them in the purse at the end. Here's the thing. We're both pretty well-to-do for money. So we don't need to do that.
No.
But we're both so frugal. $49 is a lot of money.
I told you had to eat your worth.
Yeah, I had to eat my worth. And then I shoplifted some extra too.
Those fistfuls of meat.
Yeah, they gave it to me. They didn't give me express permission to take it away.
You know, they should really be clear on that policy. Like, do they give you, like, takeaway containers? Like, at a normal restaurant, if you can't finish your food, you get a takeaway container.
But in all you can eat, you run that risk. Or buffets don't give you a takeaway container.
Have you ever asked?
I've asked at a buffet.
Have you?
Yeah.
Okay. Because, like, I mean, I've paid for it. You're just going to throw it out. It's on my plate already.
Yeah. It's for later food now.
It's for lunch tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. How many calories do you think you ate? Just ballparking.
It's hard to say.
Because I know I ate more than you.
Yeah, I would guess somewhere, if I had to guess high, probably like around 700.
I'm going to guess that I was like probably just under 2,000, I'd say. Because I had all that cheese too.
Oh, yeah.
I had all that cheese.
See, I was smart. I just had those two little gluten-free cheesy buns and then some vegetables.
And I had all the vegetables, all the cheese, all the meats, and just crammed it in my face hole.
Yeah.
And the weird thing was, there was the point where you asked me, "Are you okay?" And it was because I was eating so fast, and then I felt full all of a sudden, and my eyes just like shot open. And I was like, "Oh no!" I'm like, "Oh,
can't do that.
Oh no, it's gonna catch up on me real fast right now."
I find like at first it tastes so good, and then all of a sudden you're just like, you know, when you're about to like puke and you start like salivating, and like that's what happens towards the end. You're just like, you start salivating, but it's not in like a this tastes good. You're just like, I'm not really sure I can eat any more of this.
I just feel like I've been punched in the stomach. Like all of a sudden my breath is just like, like, oh no.
And then the smell of meat just makes you sick, and you're like, we need to leave now.
Yeah. Well, the thing that they do that I think is smart is all the meat is so well salted, and they are quick on the refills. Mm-hmm. So they're like, yeah, fill up on fluids, because there's zero overhead on the water.
Right? Which is why I don't get why people go there and they order like a beer.
Yeah.
Or a bottle of wine. Beer's the worst though, because beer
filling.
is very filling.
Yeah.
I can't talk now. But yeah, they gotta be smart about it.
Yeah.
Stick to water. Even you, carbonated drinks,
I like a Diet Coke.
you're running the risk though.
I'm not much of a drinker. I don't do drugs. I don't have a lot of vices. I like a nice Coke Zero.
Black licorice.
Black licorice isn't a vice.
Isn't it for you?
No.
No.
I have one package of it a week on my cheat day.
1 kilogram
I
of
have
it a
1
week.
kilogram a week. I don't know. I liked our little outing. It was good. And then afterwards, after we stole all the meat, we got the hot meat. We made the getaway. And
After a digestive liqueur.
yeah, digestive liqueur. Yeah,
That was impressive.
they crawl up on a ladder. What do you say? That's like a 3-foot ladder?
I would say so. She was like, her feet were almost tabletop height.
Yeah, 3-foot ladder. And then she holds a bottle over her head and pours it into a shot glass. Mm-hmm. And she did a bang-up job. Like, hardly any was spilled. And then we each drank half of it.
Yes.
And it was supposed to help us digest things, I guess. But at that point, it
I
was
feel
like
pretty good.
It was like pouring gasoline on a cinder block. It didn't do much to me. And then we went for our walk. We drove over, and this is something we do a lot. Anytime we eat too much, we go to like IKEA or Walmart or somewhere, and we just walk.
Yeah.
And we try and get our steps in, and we go for like a 40-minute walk around IKEA with no intention of buying anything.
No.
Just because it's cold outside. It's snowing outside, so inside it's nice and warm at IKEA.
Mm-hmm. You just saunter around.
Yeah, we go around. We sit on various couches and then look at stuff and see some of the ugly decor they have.
It's true.
Make fun of weird people.
On cheat day, we go there.
Yeah.
And we buy candy and we sit on the couches
And we
and
eat candy.
and watch people.
Well, I can't remember where it was. I read a study somewhere when I was researching for Strength of Length, and it was talking about how like we're meant to be mobile after we eat.
Yes.
Like we're not meant to be sedentary, so we're supposed to get up and walk after like a big meal. And I always find it helps a lot.
Get things digesting.
Well, and then we got home, and things digested pretty intensely for me. I had to go to the washroom. Had a bit of a sudden attack there.
Had to have a shower afterwards.
Yeah,
so it
I
must have
did.
been bad.
I went to the washroom. I mucked up the toilet, and then I hopped in the shower because I was unclean. It was bad. The things that I did there, I was like, I was almost proud of how terrible they were. Yeah, but I set up your printer today.
You did that? Yes, thank you.
So now it works on your computer.
The look on my face when I asked you to print something for me the other day, and you're like, where's the paper? I'm like, what?
Yeah, we bought a printer. We didn't buy paper.
No.
Well, I said, I need something to print it on. And you're like, no, there's the printer. And I'm like, no, the printer puts ink on something. I need something to put ink on. And you're like, oh, that's what you need.
Yeah. See, this is the thing. Like, working in an office all of my career and, like, secretly printing things for my own personal use for the past 10 years
Yeah.
has
Spoiled you?
it spoiled me. So now working from home, for the company, it's on my dime if I gotta print something.
Yeah.
I haven't owned a printer in years.
Well, we have a printer now. It's in my office so that your office can maintain a nice feng shui, and mine can be basically a storage cabinet.
You have more desk space.
Yeah, because I built this desk. Yes. If I knew you wanted a bigger desk, I would have built you a bigger desk when I made that one.
Well, now you know.
Now I know. Okay, cool. Build you a bigger desk in the future. Yep.
Maybe for my birthday.
Maybe. Oh. Sipping on your Australian wine. We went and bought some wines. What did we get?
We got this. Oh, what is it?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
I'm not sure the name of it.
You're not
It
sure the
starts with a
name?
Y.
It starts with a Y.
It's a Cabernet Sauvignon, but it's from Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even going to go ahead and bastardize that one, but we also got a cupcake Cabernet Sauvignon
Yeah.
to try out. It's not our favorite, but...
I was talking to a guy, and his name is Bob. So that's how much that this is like a white guy. He said in, I think it was Venezuela and other places, they mix red wine and Coca-Cola.
That sounds disgusting.
It's like a common delicacy down there. It's like what they do.
Ew.
It's their goal. And then the thing is, you got that one red wine that said it had notes of cola in it.
Notes of cherry cola, yes.
Yeah, and I'm like...
Notes of, not
And that's the
mixed
only
with
reason that I
Coca-Cola.
gave Bob any sort of a listen on this one, was like, I have seen that on a bottle before.
But there's a difference between notes of and actually mixing it. That's like, it's like borderline, I don't want to say white trash, but I'm going to go ahead and say...
Trailer park?
That's like putting ice cubes in your wine. I've seen people do that.
Yeah? And
Yeah.
then did you take the wine away from that 6-year-old and be like, no, don't, you're ruining it.
I just secretly judged them. Yes.
What sort of red wine would pair well with the hamburger helper you made last night?
Okay, homemade hamburger helper, let's be clear.
Yeah.
I didn't make hamburger helper from a box.
No, of course not. You made it from scratch.
Yes.
You helped your own hamburger.
I've never had a hamburger helper.
You've never had hamburger helper.
Never ever in my life.
That blows me away. We have lived such different lives. I grew up and like you could tell when like it was welfare day because that was hamburger helper day. That's when we got our money.
See, my dad worked in the oil patch and my mom was a stay-at-home mom. So she was very much like Susie homemaker.
Yeah.
Like,
And
homemade fresh baked cookies and...
yeah. And my mom was more for like home invasions than staying at home. But no, a hamburger helper you made was really good. We just got this is not sponsored in any way, but we just got an Instapot.
I love it so far.
Yeah, well, you were telling me like, I know we have a crock pot, dear, but this is better. We need to buy it. And you were like, let's look at it and research it. So then you forgot about it, and I made us sit down and research it.
I remembered, but you know.
And then I was like, oh, well, we should get this one. And you were like, no, let's get that one. And there's so many of them. And we ended up getting the Instapot Ultra 6 quarts, which is a pressure cooker,
Rice cooker,
crock pot,
yogurt maker. I don't know what that's all about.
Eventually we're going to have to
make cake in it.
We're going to have to make a yogurt, I guess. A yogurt, some yogurt.
Like coconut milk yogurt.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Dairy free.
Okay,
That's
sweet.
super hippie, but
Yeah, I guess.
dairy
But
doesn't like me.
it's so crazy because it does all these different things.
Yeah.
And it beeps and it's got an LED screen. And what did you say? It takes 4 minutes?
It took 5 minutes to like pressure cook the hamburger helper stuff. Like
That is
you put it on the
crazy.
saute mode first. You saute the beef a little bit till it's brown. You throw in the onions.
And the saute mode heats it up too, right?
Yeah, like it was sizzling away, just like a pan on a stove kind of thing.
Cool.
Then you add in all of the liquid ingredients, the dry pasta.
Yeah.
Lock the lid.
And then you shower after all your liquid ingredients are added.
Yeah.
Because that's what I did. But no, it was really good. And even the rice that I made in that thing, it cleaned up so easy.
Yeah.
It was nice. I'm really impressed with it. So I guess I'll just give a shout out to Instapots.
Yeah, huge shout out. Canadian company too.
Really?
Canadian innovation
Ooh, fun.
at its finest.
Yeah, it's we got a couple cool things in the kitchen, but we haven't had like a cool kitchen thing in a while. We got the coffee machine last year. The Soda Stream is a blessing in there. I like that thing.
It's pretty fun.
I've cut down on pop so much.
You have actually.
Yeah.
It used to be like minimum 1 Coke Zero a day.
Minimum 1 Coke Zero a day,
Yeah.
maximum 2. Okay, let's say I did not go
Maximum 15.
maximum unlimited. No. I cut myself back pretty drastically on it just because the more I read about aspartame, the scarier it is. And now in America, they've got new old sweeteners they're adding to their Diet Cokes. I was telling you about Ace K. So they're getting rid of aspartame because it got bad press. And now they're putting something that's worse than aspartame. And I don't know, people just don't educate themselves about their food.
No, and you know what? It's funny the things that people do somewhat educate themselves on, and then they'll stop using those products and such. But then you take a look at things like smoking cigarettes, or like, this causes cancer. They put it all over the label. They put like disgusting things on the label, and people are like, that's okay.
Yeah, so I was talking to, I can't remember his name, Corey. After a podcast I did at Tom's place. I guess you guys could check that out. It's called the 20 Times Podcast, 20X Podcast. Tom made me listen to an album a bunch, and then we reviewed it, and I didn't like it. Spoiler, but listen to it still. But there was a guy there, and I was talking to him, and he was talking about the least attractive thing on women. I was like, I think the least attractive thing anybody can do is smoke.
Yeah, like, I don't know if smokers realize how bad they smell.
They don't. It takes away their sense of smell. They can't smell. That's like one of the first things that goes.
And then women are especially bad, I feel, because then they'll go and like spray a whole bunch of perfume thinking it'll cover it up, and you've just like made a whole new smell that's even worse.
The bad one for me is like back in the day working as like a mechanic and everything is the people that would start their day with a cigarette and a coffee, and the mixture of that breath is just paint peeling. There were some people, like if you're a close talker who just drinks black coffee and smokes cigarettes, like you are about to be an unconscious talker if you get too close. But there are so many hypocrites. Like I was picking up and driving this one person around. You were in the car for it. And they were drinking a beer and drunk. And I took a sip of Coke Zero, and they decided to lecture me about how bad that was. You know who it is.
I think I know him.
Yeah, you do.
I think we might be related.
Yeah. So he was like, you shouldn't do that. And I'm like, you do realize what you're doing to yourself right now. And I researched it. It's somewhere. My notes are in my other bag upstairs, but it was something like the average daily intake of aspartame for like chronic disability or something, for it to like start adding up and be toxic, is like 50, I can't remember if it's 50 moles per kilogram. It's somewhere around there, but it works out to like more than 4 a day, more than 4 cans a day. And like even then for like immediate bad jube stuff, it's like 50 cans a day for it to like take a really bad effect on you.
Can you believe there's probably people out there that drink 50 cans a day?
Oh, I know there is.
Like
At one point I was drinking I think like on average 4 liters a day.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know.
That's gross.
0 calories.
But still.
Yeah.
No, I feel bad when people come over to our house and like I don't think to like, maybe we'll like grab a bottle of wine or something, but like all we drink is water and coffee.
We're very
and like
boring.
wine.
Yeah. We're very
people
boring.
come over and I'm just like, oh crap. Would you like tap water
would
or
you like
wine
water
or
with
coffee?
Water with ice maybe?
We don't drink juice. We don't drink pop.
Yeah. Pretty boring by the books. I don't know. What do we have? We have
like some cashew milk.
yeah, we get some cashew milk. I don't know. There's not a lot going on in the old household here. Do we even? Oh yeah, you have a little tiny 1 ounce bottle of Patron.
Oh, I do. Yes.
Yeah, that's about it.
That was in a loot bag.
A loot bag.
Don't you remember when you? Okay, maybe you don't remember.
What's a loot bag?
I'm
when thinking a bag you carry a musical instrument called a lute in. And I'm like, I prefer a lute case.
Children go to birthday parties and they get loot bags, like when they go home, like little gift bags with stuff in them.
I don't get invited to many birthday parties.
Okay, when I was a child, that was a thing. I think that's still a thing.
Yeah.
But my mom being, again, my mom, Susie Homemaker, at Jeffrey's 25th birthday party.
At your brother's 25th?
Yes, my brother's 25th birthday party sent us home with loot bags, so that's where the Patron came from.
Oh, okay. Yeah, your mom is kind of weird that way. I went over for dinner for your brother's 25th birthday, and she bought all of us presents.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
the loot bags.
I'm like, it's his birthday. Why am I getting something?
I think we got protein bars and like protein chips.
We got protein bars, protein chips. We got like branched chain amino acids for our shaker cups.
Yep, we got apple cider vinegar
Apple cider vinegar.
and some Walden's sugar-free blueberry syrup, which is totally disgusting. Don't eat that unless you're like going to compete or something.
Going to compete in what? Drinking syrup? Unless you have a syrup drinking contest.
Like bodybuilding or bikini shows,
yeah.
you know, where you have to like eat that crap and put on a smile.
No, it's disgusting.
Cook some blueberries, FYI, a little cinnamon, you heat them up.
Yeah, they're not that
Sauce.
they're not that hard. Like, I mean, calorie-wise, like a cup of blueberries is not much.
No, and it's good for you.
Yeah, it is. Antioxidants, even when it's cooked.
Again, we're like boring and weird that way.
We are
like,
so boring.
We don't have like Aunt Jemima's maple syrup. Like when we make protein waffles, not regular waffles.
What are the ingredients in the waffles that we make? We're probably going to have them tomorrow morning.
Yeah, ooh, you should try these, people. 125 grams of egg whites, 15 grams of protein powder, 15 grams of natural peanut butter, and 30 grams of oats. Blend that up, a little cinnamon, throw it in the waffle maker.
Boom.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Very filling.
I think it's 330 calories for the whole waffle, and it's very
Super
rich in
low
protein,
carbs.
good macro profile, really healthy. Yeah, I know. We're so boring. And we track all of our macros, and we go to the gym and work out. See, here's the thing that I realized. We have more water bottles than we do options of what to drink here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like our new water bottles.
I just bought you a new water bottle. It came on Valentine's Day.
It did.
Unintended gift.
Yay!
Yeah.
From the Big Bottle Company.
The Big Bottle Company. I got you a 2-liter slab of water because it is dry.
It is so dry.
It's so dry. I got you your favorite moisturizer too because you were running low.
Yes, you did. You're very thoughtful that way.
Yeah, I do okay. I try. But yeah, I made sure to get you the big bottle that you wanted. Now you can track your water intake a little bit more accurate.
I know. I used to have like a good 1-liter bottle, and then everything just fell apart. Now I have smaller ones that are like, you know, like I think 6 something, or, you know, they're not very accurate. And then I lie to myself. I'm like, oh, I've had 3 of these, 3 liters done. Haha.
Well,
but it's not really. So.
I got the 1-liter bottle for the Soda Stream, and then you got 2 half-liter ones.
Yes.
So those, like, that's pretty good. And we've got, what's the Soda Stream flavor you like? Raspberry something?
Raspberry cranberry.
Raspberry cranberry, 0 calories, sweetened with stevia, super natural, hippy dippy stuff. Yeah, it's good. And like, here's the thing: when you're weaning yourself off of like pop and stuff, you go to something like a Soda Stream and you're drinking. About how much do you drink a day?
Of one of like the Soda Stream?
Yeah.
I'd say like maybe one of those
Half
a week.
liters?
Yeah. Half liter a week.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes a full liter in a week if I get super crazy.
I find myself more often than adding flavors to them. I like to drink just the bubbled water.
I don't like bubbled water.
Yeah,
like
you're
just
wrong.
Plain,
You're wrong.
I don't
It's
know.
so good.
It tastes funny.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's bubbles. It tickles your mouth on the way down.
Yeah, but it just, I don't know. I can't do it.
It's the thing that I love about like a good Italian restaurant is that they have on tap like soda water, and you can just get it and the free refills. Because at Pompa's I looked and they had Perrier, but it was $6 a bottle, and I know they don't have refills on it, so I'm like, no, thank you, no, thank you. I'll just get a Coke Zero.
Yeah.
I like bubbly water. It's good stuff.
I don't know. I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Only if it's got some flavor. Have you even tried like the lemon or lime Perrier?
Yeah.
And yeah, still.
Yeah, they've got, I don't know, once it gets to us, like, I just like bubbly water. If I want a lemon or lime, I'll throw a lemon or lime in it.
I will use it, though, however, to make, like my limoncello lemonade.
Limoncello?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Limoncello lemonade, or my mojitos in the summertime.
Yeah. Well, you've got the margarita machine, too, that you fire up every so often.
Jimmy Buffett margarita machine.
Where did you get that?
I think I got it on Amazon.
Yeah?
Yeah, so Nikki got one for her birthday. Sean bought her one.
Yeah.
And I went over there and sampled,
Yeah.
you know, the goods. And then I immediately went home and ordered myself one.
Yeah. And it sits in the closet and comes out one day every year.
Yeah, I used to use it a little bit more. It used to stay out on the counter.
I kind of I like the ice shaving.
Yeah.
Because that, for me, for like a nice coffee, like if I could have some shaved ice in a coffee, it would be delicious.
It's the perfect blended drink because it shaves the ice into the blender and then you blend it up.
I feel like we're just taking people on a tour around our kitchen at this point. We could talk about the Ninja that we got, the coffee machine.
Yep.
Because back when we started living together, you had a French press.
Yes.
Which is very low tech.
That's all I've ever owned.
Yeah, and that's all you. And then I got a coffee, like a coffee bar or coffee IQ system or whatever the hell it's called.
Yep.
And you were like, I don't know how to use this.
I didn't.
I was like,
You had to teach me.
you
I didn't
you push
know.
power. You put the water in and the ground's
Are
in.
there filters? How does this work? I don't know.
Nope, no filter. You just push the buttons and boom, there it goes. And I got it and I set it. You can set an alarm on it and it can make espressos. It can make cappuccinos. It's got a frother for lattes. And you're like just used to a coffee press.
Yeah.
So a whole new world for you.
And it makes good coffee.
It really does. I really enjoy it. I like. We just got some new coffees.
Yes.
We got
The Chimera.
Chimera coffee, which holy smokes. Not a sponsor, but man, would I love for them to sponsor me. I didn't even want money from them. I just want more coffee. That stuff is incredible.
That's the nootropic stuff.
Yeah, nootropic infused coffee, which I'm currently in the middle of researching something for an upcoming Strength and Length episode about nootropics that I really want to get into.
Apparently there's a coffee company within Edmonton that does like mushroom coffee, which is the same.
Oh, like chaga, lion's mane.
Yeah, it's like the
Yeah.
same thing, kind of. Same, but different.
Cool. Yeah, make sure to never tell me about it until we're right in the middle of recording something, okay, babe? You always, hey, listen, I love this hot sauce. This is incredible stuff. And you're like, oh, that's made in Edmonton. I know the owner. And I'm like,
Oh, by the way.
yeah, I'm like, why didn't you tell me this? So, yeah, make sure that you let me know these sorts of things so I can get them on the podcast because I'd be down. And then what was the other one we got? Death Wish, the world's strongest coffee. It's strong.
It is strong, but I don't feel, I don't know. I didn't feel like a super kick from it. I felt like it had a very bold flavor to it.
Well, because I'm more active in my day to day, and also always tracking my heart rate. I noticed that when I had it early in the morning, my heart rate was elevated and I had more physical energy for a longer period of time. So it seemed like it lasted a little bit longer. It almost felt like there was something cut with it, like a Federin or something. But yeah, it kicked my heart rate up higher than what coffee normally does, and it seemed to last longer. So it was a very good physical rush, but that Chimera coffee, the mental clarity that came from it was phenomenal.
Yeah. I felt very awake, very alert, just very with it. I've never had coffee like that before.
Yeah, when I read something, I felt like I could retain things better. I was like, "Whoo, boy!" So I think that's going to be what I start drinking before, I film an episode of Nick Needs Jokes. Yeah.
Then you'll be up all night for sure.
Yeah. Hey, next episode of Nick Needs Jokes, we're filming on the 8th of March at 9:30. You guys can check that out. Facebook.com/Nick Needs Jokes. You can actually watch stand-up comedy and stand-up comics doing stand-up comedy, and then you can win money to do it. You basically are getting paid to watch comedy, and you don't even got to leave your house. What is your excuse? Why are you missing out on this opportunity, guys? Get with it. Get with the program. That's how you integrate an ad right into a show.
Good job.
Yeah. And then I've got some dates coming up, too. I have a couple that I can't really get into because I have yet to hear back from some people. But I know March 7th, I will be at the comic strip, and I can give away as many free tickets as I want. March 14th, I will be at the comic strip. Once again, guys, free tickets. And then the comic strip in Edmonton, man, they love me. Oh, wait, I suppose March 11th, I forgot this one, I will be in Red Deer performing at Heritage Lanes Bowling Alley. because I like money. And then March 22nd through 25th, I will be at the comic strip opening for Fortune Femster, and I believe that I will not be able to give away tickets for those. It'll actually be an expensive show, but from what I hear, hilarious lady, and I'm looking forward to working with her.
It's a special presentation, isn't it?
Yeah, you've seen me do comedy. You got to meet some cool people and see some cool people.
Yeah.
You got to see Sarah Tiana. You got to meet
Oh, she's so sweet.
Godfrey. You got who's the last one? Oh, Mike Vecchione. Yeah, I'll ask you then. Out of all the comics that I've worked with that you've met, which one do you think was funniest on stage?
Ooh, like the big ones?
Yeah, the big.
I gotta say Godfrey was.
Godfrey had such a charming personality.
Yeah. But like, if we're talking like down to earth, like cool people, like
off stage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike Vecchione was very personable.
Mike Vecchione was a great dude.
Yeah.
He was like a lot of fun to hang out with. He was very respectful. A lot of headliners that come through, or like people that I'm on a show with, will like, they kind of just sit back and they're like, okay, I know everything and I've been doing this for so long. I'm the best of the best. Yeah. But Mike Vecchione was like, hey, we're equals, we're people. Yeah. Him and Craig Gass both are.
Yes, Craig was very nice.
Yeah. When they both have this ritual of meditation, which is something I really want to get into. And they practice like mindfulness and gratefulness. And just practicing gratefulness in the morning, just taking 10 minutes out of your day to go, this is what I'm happy I have. These are the opportunities. Burp. And and these are things that I didn't have before, to like kind of do that. Because everybody always looks at themselves, and I'm guilty of this too, looks at themselves in a negative lens of like, that guy got this, I want that. That my neighbor has a riding mower, why don't I have a riding mower, sort of thing. And you physically have to make yourself go like, hey, I am happy that I have a lawnmower.
Yep.
Because there was a time in my life where I didn't, and people never think of it like that. So
yeah, it's very easy and can really set up your day to be whatever you want.
Yeah, I know, but meditation is so hard to get into.
Like, I like it.
The live episode, live from Fit Fest that we did there a while back for Strength to Length, I was interviewing all these people that are like meditation coaches and practice all this other sort of stuff. And every time I asked them, like, what's the most important part of your day that you couldn't go out without, it was meditation. And it's like, I've tried. My brain just cannot shut down.
I haven't meditated in a little while, but
yeah. Since we were at the restaurant trying to meditate your way through a steak.
I can do this. Yeah, it took me a long time. Like, it took me a few years to really be able to shut things down. That's also why, I used to hate yoga, because I couldn't get my mind to shut off. And I'm just like, it was just churning and churning and churning, and I didn't enjoy it. But I think once I grasped meditation and was able to do it, I started to enjoy yoga more, because I was able to just turn my brain off.
Well, I like yoga because I focus so hard on the muscles and the balance and what I'm supposed to be doing.
And that is a form of meditation.
You're
giving the monkey a job.
I'm giving the monkey a job? You point at my head and go, there's a monkey in my head? You saying I'm turning the hamster wheel at the right time?
Your brain, you give the monkey a job. Give it something to do. And if you're focusing on what your muscles are doing and what your body's doing, you're not letting your brain just like churn off into like these wild thoughts.
Yeah.
Like, what have I got to make for dinner tomorrow? What am I doing next week? Like,
in the gym, I kind of have that. Especially with like working out, trying to do like connectivity exercises and everything, just lightweight, just feeling muscles, just getting that mind-muscle connection. That is really as close to meditation as I get, I think.
I don't think people realize, too, that meditation can be going for a walk with headphones in and cranking up your music. So long as you're not scatterbrained and focused on a whole bunch of things, and you're just kind of like being present and in the moment and allowing yourself to relax, that's a form of meditation.
I'm a weirdo, though. I don't really listen to music. Even when we're at the gym, I'm listening to audiobooks most of the time.
But you're probably counting. Are you not? Like when you're doing your sets, you're doing your reps. So you're focusing on your breathing, you're focusing on your form. That's...
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the sit there cross-legged, like, om kind of meditation, but...
Yeah. See, this happened yesterday, too, at the gym. I got recognized. Mm-hmm. Not
Mr.
from...
Fancy Pants.
Not from comedy or anything. From a short film I did where I played a reporter. But it's weird to me when people recognize me because I don't know what they expect. Like, they're always like, whoa, you shop at Walmart?
It's weird for me when people recognize you, especially when we first started dating, because I didn't know who you were. You weren't, you were just a person.
I didn't impress you much?
You were just a person. I had no idea.
I still am a person.
Yeah, well, that's how I know you, but I didn't know you as a comedian.
Yeah.
I never saw you. I never listened to your podcast. So I'm like, oh, you're just a person. And people come up to you like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You're Nick. You're the comedian. I'm like, what is going on?
It's weird when people do that. Especially when they like do it at the gym or something. 'Cause then I'm like, I feel like I can't go here anymore. Like I was telling you, when I recognize somebody, I just kind of look at them and nod. Like I try not to go out like and nerd out because it's awkward.
Right. But
It's
again,
so
I also made the
awkward.
comment that you're very antisocial too.
I really am.
Yeah.
It's like, and here's the thing. I've read books on interviewing people. I've read books and like, on like tons of stuff, audiobooks on socializing and like social cues and everything to be good at it.
Mm-hmm. And you're very good at it.
Yeah, but it's hard. Like, I don't want to.
But you're good at it when you have to be good at it.
Even when I'm at a comedy club or something, usually I'm sitting quietly in the back. And like all the comics are talking to each other and getting drunk and going outside smoking weed. And I'll put my headphones in and just be like, hey, I'm just here. Just here doing my thing. And it's so weird.
I always find it funny when I go with you to a show, like on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
And people like skirt around you. And I'm like, this is so weird. He's just Nick. He's your friendly neighborhood Nick.
To you.
To me.
Yeah, everybody else is going to bite their head off. We went and saw Black Panther together.
So good.
How many thumbs up?
Like all of the thumbs.
All of the thumbs.
If I had more than two to give, I would.
Out of all the superhero movies we've seen, where does it land?
Ooh, that's hard to say. Like
I like Wonder Woman more, I think.
Really?
Wonder Woman was incredible.
It was. It's like, top two, probably.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I really liked Iron Man. I've liked the Avengers movies, but this, I don't know, there's just something different about this.
Yeah, they did a really good job of like making a very good villain. They did a really good job of creating like an uncertain hero.
And honestly, the soundtrack was fantastic. And for
it
me,
was so good.
Like music
You're not
is
even
huge,
a rap fan.
I like a little bit.
Yeah.
You're like, name one.
Yeah.
Is Nelly so cool?
Yeah, you like rap. You listen to country music.
I listen to rap on my gym playlist.
I was talking to Tom today about the music that we listen to in the house. Mm-hmm. Number one that we listen to in the house, Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, 100%.
And then I'd say number two, maybe Tony Bennett. Mm-hmm. And that's about it. And then maybe like Jay-Z.
There's some like oldies playlist on Spotify.
Yeah. But so you like the soundtrack.
Yeah, for me, like the music really fit the movie. And
It really
music
did.
is huge. I love music.
Yeah.
So it's huge for me in movies because it can really like make or break the emotion that you have with something.
Mm-hmm. I loved it. It was incredible. It was visually very well done. It was a great story.
The tech in it was so cool.
Yeah. Well, the thing for me is, as somebody who has written lots of stuff, it's upsetting. And the first time that it happened to me that I was upset after leaving a movie was Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Because, like, the action and comedy flowed so perfectly into each other that there was no good time. There was no real downtime in it. And upon watching that, I walked out and I'm like, God damn it, my job just got harder. They're making things so good now.
Yeah, again, another great soundtrack.
Yeah, incredible soundtrack. James Gunn did a phenomenal job. James Gunn is one of those crazy guys. He wrote it, he directed it, and he edited it. And it's like that's his movie the whole way through. Nobody got to take it from him
Which
and
makes
change
sense
it.
because if you look at editing, like you're trying
Yeah.
to take the director's vision of something and put it all together in a way that they would want.
Well,
So
I always say that there's the levels of disappointment because you write something, you sell it to a director. Then the director does what he wants. Now the writer hates the director. Then the editor does what he wants. Now the director hates the editor. So it starts out as the writer's idea and it ends up as the editor's movie.
100%.
So it's like playing telephone tag when you're a kid. And
Oh, you played that? They had that?
yeah,
Was that a thing
we
for
didn't
you?
have telephones back then. We just had cans and strings.
We didn't have loot bags.
Yeah, we didn't have loot bags. We had loots. Okay, that's what it was. Bards traveled from town to town on Broncos. The horses,
The
not
horses,
the cars.
not the car.
Yeah,
The SUV.
not the SUV. Yeah, but so where does it land, Black Panther, in your top movies?
I said top 2 for...
Oh, what? I thought you were saying Wonder Woman was top 2 for you.
Oh, Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's hard to say, like, because she's beautiful, so... But it was also very, like, emotional. I don't know, it's a hard decision.
Yeah.
I plead the 5th.
I plead the 5th.
Is that
okay.
a thing? Can
yeah.
I do that in Canada?
Yeah, you can plead whatever you want. It's a podcast. You can plead the 5th of iTunes. So before we wrap up, there's one thing. There's a comedian named Marcus Biblier. Oh, man, I cannot. That's horrible.
Okay.
But he's a Canadian comic. He's in Calgary. I think you may have met him once at Yuck Yucks, maybe.
Okay.
But he was asking a question to the internet of, is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Well, what makes a sandwich then?
I don't know. Non-tube-like meat? I don't know.
Like if you were to cut it up
burger to
into
me isn't
slices.
a sandwich, it's a
A
burger.
burger isn't a sandwich too.
It's a burger.
A burger is a sandwich. So then what makes a sandwich to you?
No, I plead the 5th.
You plead the 5th again? It's
Do
weird.
you think that a hot dog is a sandwich?
My immediate reaction without thinking about it it was asked, do you think a hot dog is a sandwich? I said, yes.
Why?
It's bread and meat, and
Bread and
there's
meat.
toppings in it, like a sandwich. All the things you put on a sandwich.
I don't know, but I make
It has
sandwiches with
all the-
bread.
And you make hot dogs with bread.
With buns. Hot dog buns.
Yeah, which is made of bread.
But it's different.
Yeah.
It's a different shape.
Yeah, it is a different shape, but it's still the same thing. Like, if you were to chop up a cow, you can make lots of shapes out of meat, but it's still a cow. I don't know. Without me even thinking about it, the answer was yes. I was like, oh, I guess that's just how my mind works.
I also don't eat hot dogs, so
Yeah?
they're made with mystery meat.
I don't know. That's for a cheat day. I love a hot dog.
And yet, you don't like pork.
No, I
so-
don't. I don't know. It's strange stuff. I
Especially
like turkey bacon.
7-Eleven hot dogs. What do you
7-Eleven
think
hot dogs.
those are made out of?
Here's the thing, okay?
Rubber boots.
No matter how much, and no matter how much money I make, I think I'm always gonna shop at Walmart. And I'm always gonna go for a 7-Eleven hot dog on a cheat day.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I grew up poor. I grew up with that ingrained in me. I remember when 7-Eleven, I think they still do in some 7-Elevens, have hamburgers. And you would buy the hamburger and microwave it at
those cold
7-Eleven
ones? Yeah.
and then eat it. And I remember the first time I had one of those with my dad, and we went out and microwaved it, and
That's what drunk people eat in the middle of the night.
yeah, and he apologized, and I was like, I love this.
This is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
How old were you?
Like, I don't know, 8, 10 maybe?
Why did he apologize?
Because I guess he was like, I should be giving you nutrients. And I was like,
Instead, here's
no.
a pre-made hamburger from a gas station.
Yeah, it's okay. I turned out all right.
You did.
Yeah. Yes, I did. So, what did we learn from our meat extravaganza?
Pampa always wins. I don't know.
I feel like we won. I stole all that meat.
Yeah, for
I stole
sure.
all that meat.
So that's like the moral of the story. Bring a giant Ziploc bag and stick it in your girlfriend's purse.
Yeah, the last thing is if you
Or your
are
wife's purse.
if you are stealing meat at the end of the meal, they're not going to kick you out because you haven't paid yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just keep getting meat.
Wear a baggy sweater and sit up against the wall. That's a key.
Yeah, if you didn't bring a purse, I was going to bring cargo pants. That was the backup plan.
I think the conversation we had before we left was bring a container and a big purse with us.
Yeah, I told you, bring a big purse.
And I'm like, why don't we put it in a Ziploc bag?
Yep. And that's why my partner in crime. I honestly think it's ridiculous. For like the amount of money we make to go and shoplift, like, I don't know,
Okay, we
a
didn't
kilogram.
shoplift the meat. We
Yeah.
paid for the meat.
Yeah.
It was all you can eat in one price. We pay.
Oh, sorry.
And we will
Sorry.
continue to
A
eat
rose,
it later.
a rose by any other name. Oh, yeah. I guess, thank you for listening. Please subscribe, like, favorite, give us 5 stars. We actually haven't been getting many reviews on iTunes. If you go to the iTunes and give us 5 stars, it helps with their algorithm, and then we get more listens because of that. As always, check out the dates at facebook.com/Nick McQuik. And thank you for listening to the podcast. I had a fun time making it with my lovely wife. And I think that the next episode, we might be back in the studio for video podcasts. We will see. Okay, guys, music is done by Ben Sounds. Go check out the Facebook page for all of our live podcasts and giveaways. Follow us on Twitter to get the fastest updates. And please give us some stars on iTunes. Thank you so much for listening to this. We had an amazing time making it. I hope you guys enjoyed it half as much as we do. Keep on listening to podcasts in the free world. Good night or morning. Uh-oh.